Welcome back, everybody. It is another edition of New Guitar Day. This guitar has sort of been on my back radar for quite some time. I wasn't willing to pay the price that they wanted for it, so I just figured if it showed up available for what I was willing to pay for it, I would take a shot. This would be considered a nostalgia guitar. Baby boomers will understand what I mean as I get further into the explanation. But this is a reissue or a repop or whatever you want to call it of an old favorite guitar of the youth of yesterday. This is a Silvertone 1303 single cut, and I think because it has two pickups they call this a U2. This would also be the same exact model that Dan Electro had back in the day as well. These guitars have been available for quite some time. Obviously the Silvertone company is long gone out of business. This was just somebody who decided to sort of revive the brand and hook up with, I believe the company is called Samick in Indonesia, and recreate these. And obviously there's a few things about this guitar that do not match the original. Interesting, no tape on the box. That's always interesting, but it doesn't look like there ever was any tape on the box. I'm not sure what that means. But just to show you that there's no tape on the box. I would think that there would be, but I don't see any. Doesn't look like any tape was ever on the box. So again, I don't know what that means. Another odd thing about these guitars is they don't. I guess it does have a serial number. I don't know. Anyways, so no tape on the box. So I don't know what that means. I was very specific in the new age of musician's friend. You have to be very specific. If you order something online, you have no idea what you're going to get. If you call, they can actually look in the computer and see. We got some. Okay, so my guess is this guitar is an open box, and I'll tell you why. First of all, this is not attached to the headstock as it should be. We definitely have some shattering of styrofoam. Looks like it's missing some styrofoam. Again, I don't know what any of this means, but it's going to definitely be brought to their attention, but my sense is that this guitar is not a brand new guitar. Just based on buying many, many guitars, that just seems odd that the rubber band wasn't around the neck. We're going to look at it with a fine-tooth comb to determine if there's any telltale signs, fingerprints. So it does look like there's a serial number on this thing, though it's odd because there's nothing on the guitar. So just doing a quick look. Yeah, see, there's fingerprints on this guitar. And I'm guessing that originally there was a piece of foam there. Fret-ins feel good. Action looks reasonable. Yeah, there's fingerprints and crap all over this guitar, so they're definitely going to get a phone call from me. Yeah, there's no way that this was, they didn't even try to pretend. There's just a lot of schmutz on the guitar that a brand new guitar would not have. So I'm going to call and give them some grief. That's what I do. Volume knobs are up. There's like a ding in the finish there. So, okay, well I'm going to plug it in and play it. Weight-wise, Feels pretty substantial. I'm going to go ahead and weigh it, so hold on just a second. Don't go away. Well, it says 6.6. I wouldn't have guessed that. I'm going to look and see if I can find another unboxing video. Again, before we go any further, to see if there is, in fact, if there should have been a piece of styrofoam on the switch, which is generally just standard operating procedure. But you can see that the box has definitely been hammered. The neck support is completely hammered. Now that's, who knows why that is, but that's always sort of indicative of this guitar's been around the block a few times. So we're going to go plug it in, give it a whirl. But yeah, I'm definitely going to give him a call, because with all the smuts on the body, it's not a brand new guitar. It's not. Whatever it is, it's not a brand new guitar. So we'll be back. Again, I think I mentioned, and if I didn't, it's February the 20th, 2024. It's the still technically the middle of winter, but we're having some mild weather. It was in the upper 40s today when this was delivered, so there was no reason to let it acclimate. So again, I'm going to go plug it in and just see what we get. Okay, well, I just got off the phone with Musician's Friend, and I gave them the option if they wanted to make a price adjustment, that I was willing to if it was what I considered to be fair, but they didn't even offer it. They just said send it back. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to box it up and take it to UPS store tomorrow and send it back. I guess they're going to send me another one if they have another one available, so I said I was open to that if that's what they wanted to do. I'm going to, just for the record, I'm going to tape the shattered neck brace just to make sure that this guitar has a fair chance to return in one piece. Overall, I'm just going to give you just a quick, it's a nice guitar. It plays nice. It's very simple. It's got good tone. It's nice and airy. The build quality seems to be really good. I'm just convinced, though, that it wasn't a brand new guitar, that somewhere along the line it got pulled out of the box and someone played it and they didn't bother to wipe it down. So, yeah, I'm going to send it back and just wait for another one to come. The other issue, which again is probably fairly easy to remedy, but not only do the knobs, I want to make a note of that so you can see, which is not normal. I mean, a brand new guitar should not have this kind of movement going on. So obviously there's an issue with that, and the concentric knobs are binding. Now, it was pretty clear online. They said to just loosen the grub nut and pull it up a little bit, and that probably would solve the problem. But again, should I have to do that to a brand new guitar? And since they said send it back, I'm not going to bother doing it. So yeah, so this is sort of a short, just a quickie. Put it back in the box, get it ready to go back to them, get the QR code tomorrow, pull out the labels. Fortunately, I've got plenty of tape in my tape gun, and we'll just tape it up. So I guess this will delay this for another week, because it probably won't be till the beginning of next week before I get another one, if in fact that's what I choose to do. And I think I'm going to, because it's actually a pretty cool guitar. So we'll be back. Again, it is February the 20th, 2024. Sort of a disappointment, wah, 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 but, given the state of the world and the things that people are putting up with, this is an absolute big nothing. It's just, perfectly acceptable. So off we go. Thank you very much for joining us, and we will continue this video. To be continued, as they say.